Oh, hello. Oh, it's really bright. Oh my god. And this thing I usually put on this side, it's wigging me out. Hello. Today's not an exciting day. It's a service day. I have to service the Evo. Nice wheels, bro. Look at my center caps, actually. Flat out graphics in America. Very nice. And the Forester, which is there. Not the red thing, the white thing. This is all good. And there's roofers next door, so that's very loud. Anyway, that's not the point of this video. I'm not going to film doing an oil change because I've done that before. The Forester needs two things. First thing is one of the front fog lights is cracked and all ruined, so we got a spare. So we're going to work out how to put this thing in. Nice. The second thing is that driving around, particularly turning, there's a clunk at the front. Sometimes when you go over bumps, you can hear the clunk. Sometimes when you're sort of going around a long bend, turning the steering wheel. So I'm thinking it's sway bar bushings. So we have some. These are just Kelpros, they're nothing fancy. I'm not going polyurethane, I'm just going OEM style. So I'm gonna swap them, and if it's not them, I'm thinking it's probably sway bar end links, but I was like, I'll do the bushes first. Since I'm gonna be jacking it up to do an oil change anyway. So that's where I'm at. So I've gotta move the Forester, so then I can move the BRZ out of here. Then I can put the Evo in the center of the garage. I'm gonna do the oil change on that first. If you're curious on what I use, the real expensive stuff, it's like $104 a bottle, which is insanity. And then I got an OEM filter. We got some Mighty Car Mods fender guard things now. OEM filter. And then for the Forester, we use this Castrol Edge 5W30. We also have OEM filters in there somewhere. And I usually chuck a bottle of this stuff in, fuel additive. I do have some upper engine cleaner, but I won't do it this time around. I tend to do this every second service. That's what I'm thinking. So let's play musical cars. So while the oil is draining, I decided to have a go at this fog light. So under here, you've got this, which is actually the fender liner. So this sits up in there like so. So you have one little pop clip there, and there's an actual screw here. So I pulled them out. I did start pulling these off, but then I realized this is just a little mud guard. So this actually is not beneficial to pull off, which is this part here. So fender liner, I'm just gonna pop that down and bend that out of the way, and then try and get up in there and see what I can do to loosen this. That's pretty much what happened. The glass is smashed. I assume it copped a rock or something. I think it's easier to just replace the whole unit, since that's what I've got anyway. I just got it off a wrecker. Some guy had one of these he was wrecking. I think it was like 20 bucks. So I'm gonna call that a win. I'm not gonna replace the chrome bit, even though I have another chrome bit. That's all good. So I'm just gonna stick my hand up under there and work out how to undo it. All right, it took me quite a while to work out how to get this thing out. And to be honest, it's not even out yet, but I'm pretty sure I've worked it out. So I'm gonna show you on this one. So at the back, you unplug your connector, all right? There's a nut, you unscrew this, and you unscrew this random black thing. Now, the assembly is not attached to the housing anymore, okay? Where it gets interesting is not this. This is gonna come out. Where it's interesting is this freaking thing. So you can see this one's got a tab broken, which I'm not surprised because it's ridiculous. So you've got this thing that hooks in at the top. You've got two of these sort of tabs that are really pointless, to be honest. And then you've got this massive thing at the bottom. So I was trying to sort of move this from the inside, trying to work out how to push that up so I could unhook it that way. But there's no playing that. So what I ended up working out was with the light, I don't know if you can see, I don't think you can see, but this tab on this light is right about here, right? So all I ended up doing was getting a screwdriver and pushing this up in the side here, like so, and then just popping it out. And now it's out. So I also broke these two tabs because I pushed them from the inside thinking that I needed to push them to get it to clear. You don't need to push them. So if you push them, you're gonna break them because they're pretty flimsy. So I might even put that one on because that's only got one broken tab. This one has two. But now this thing should just, well, it should wiggle on out, but I might have to do a bit of wiggling. There's also this little clip at the bottom. So that's what was holding it into the housing. So I just pulled that housing down a little bit. Now this is released. Try and be careful not to break that clip on top, because you can see when I got this one, the clip is broken. So I'm gonna work out, it might be better for me to try and swap this glass over to that one. But if I don't really need that clip on top, then I'll probably just leave it. That was a pain. Most videos I watched didn't have this type of setup, and some videos said you need to take the bumper off, which you clearly do not. You just need to know what to attack. But my advice is pull this thing off. Not necessarily first, but probably first, because then as soon as you undo the things in the back and you're there, then you can just pop him out. Nice and simple. So now that thing is reinstalled, so all you do is you get him, you just push him all the way in. Once he's in, you'll find that you can put on this thing, screw that into that. Now the roofers are having an argument next door, which is kind of funny. And then you stick this thing in the side. Screw him in the side, and then that's that fella done. And then all you got to do is get that. You got your fixed tab, right? That, for me, that goes in up there. That goes in there like that, and you should push him in. That's mint. Done. Solved. That was more work than I thought it was going to be. I recommend wearing these because you'll get dirt all over your face. Now I just got to put my fender liner back together, and then that's done. Then we can move on to finishing the oil and then the sway bar bushings. All right, fog light is on and works. Trust me, oil is filled up. Just got to top it off when it's back on the ground. So let's have a squeeze at these sway bar bushings. So we got one right there. A bit of oil on it for some reason. Now it does look pretty short. Now, is that the problem? Honestly, I don't know. I'm no expert in saying what a dead bushing looks like. I don't know. I gotta maybe pull the wheels off so I got a bit more, so there's not so much weight on them. That's what that looks like. There's the other one. Look, they definitely don't look great. Look, you know, you see that rubber coming off, or you see this dark stuff up there. My thinking is maybe that's because this sway bar is moving back and forth in it. So like, is it an issue on one of these? I don't know, but these don't look too hard to replace. I'd say we're gonna have to pull those off. Oh look, maybe just these two bolts. That nut, that bolt, and maybe the bar will just come down. Depends what's going on up in this part. In the crossover part, I don't know if you can see in there. Tell me, let me know. But yeah, I'm just gonna start doing things. I feel like I'm gonna be pulling this like middle crossmember part off, but yeah. Oh no, maybe not. I don't know. I'm gonna undo these two and see what I can do. All right, this is looking like it's gonna be easier than what I thought it was gonna be, which is kind of nice after doing that fog light. So the passenger side was a bit of a pain because this thing was in the way. I could only get the nut with the ugga thing. I had to use a socket to get the other one, but we got it. This one, ugga them both. Whole sway bar pulls down. Now we got this little thing on it. Pop that fella off. See you later. I'm gonna clean him out. You can see there's quite a lot of rubber in there. Now these things should just pop straight off. See, they got this gap in them. So I'm gonna pull him off. Now it looks pretty worn to me. Let's compare the pair and make sure we actually bought the right ones. They are definitely the same overall size. As you can see, the internal size where it goes around the sway bar itself is massively different. So like I said, these are the Kelpro ones. Sway bar mount 22835 is the part number. I'm hoping that fits because that's really worn out. This one has a bit of a slot in it as well, so we can get it up around there. So let's do that. Well, that's it sitting up in there. It definitely doesn't quite get all the way at the top, but it's like, you know, very close. I'd say once I actually tighten it up, that'll pull that in and that'll be mint. So I'm feeling good about this. Like the internal diameter of this compared to the one that came out is obviously so different. I'm not surprised that this thing was probably back and forth moving around. So I'm going to do the other side before I bolt this one up, just so I've still got that movement of the sway bar. And then look, I know a lot of people do disconnect the sway bar and then go for a drive and see if it's clunky. But you know, like I said, since I was here, I had the car up anyway doing oil change, I figured I'd just bang them in. These weren't as cheap as I thought they would be. They were $37 each, which I feel like is quite expensive, being that they are not like polyurethane or anything, like they're just the standard rubber ones. But look, it is what it is. Repco had them in stock, so I just grabbed them. I did get them from Repco, by the way. So let me do the other one and then we'll see how this goes. All right, we got that one done. We got that one done. They're all buttoned up. That was actually super easy. Two 12 mils on either side. One's a nut, one's a bolt. Passenger side's more of a pain because of the cover thing. If you don't have a cover mat, if not, you can just pull it out of the way to take it off. Fog light was a pain. Again, you don't have to take anything off. Just loosen the fender liner and you're good. Definitely pop off this first by putting a screwdriver in here and just popping him out. Try not to ruin the paint on your bumper. Wrap it in a cloth or something, but you'll be right. Man, the daily got some love today. New oil, sway bar bushings. I'm really curious to see whether they help. I'm gonna go shopping in a minute, so we'll take the camera, film it on the way there. There's a good like slow left hand on the way out of where I live. That usually where I get a bit of a rattle. I'm hoping it's fixed. Even if it's a lot better, that will do for now. I might still look at sway bar end links being the next thing, but they don't look too bad, to be honest, just looking at them. So I really don't think they're too much of a problem. I'd say it's definitely these bushings, because these are, look, that's pretty fogged out, look at it. Which is not surprising. So I'm gonna drop this thing, top the oil up, go shopping, and I'll see you then. All right, I may have gotten the film, the end part, saying that it's fixed. It's fixed. Went for a drive, not a problem. no clunks, no vibrating going around corners, nothing, no problems, problem fixed. Sway bar bushes, easy, didn't have to do end links, 4 bolts basically and I was done. Pretty pumped about that. Not often does something that I guess is a problem actually end up being the problem. So that was a nice change for me. Anyway, problem solved. Now you know. See you later.